They call it the HP Spectre x360 2-in-1, and in this video, let's unbox it. I have yet to review a laptop with this specific processor. I've been very excited about the new P series, the i7-1260P from Intel, and they also have the latest i7, I think it's 1255U, maybe? Forgive me, all my numbering is not like in the top of my head, but this is the U series processor from Intel, and they were really bullish on their P series processor, and I am as well. I think they get great performance. I'm very impressed by them. So I'm curious if the U series processor is going to stand up as well to the P series performance. Now, this is the unboxing, so we're gonna look at the build quality and the usability of this laptop. And then during my full review, we'll check out all of the performance benchmarks, which I'll run over the next week or so. So if you don't want to miss out on those performance benchmarks, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you stay up to date on all the performance that this laptop is capable of. So let's see what we got in the box here. We have a nice pleather laptop sleeve. I'm not going to pull that out, but looks pretty good. Nice soft pleather material with some padding inside. So that's what comes with it. And then let's go ahead and see. I like the packaging that they have. It's very nice, white, clean packaging. Let's see, it should come up like this. Slow motion. Slow motion. Okay. Smells good. Ooh, very nice. This is the 14-inch model. Weight and thickness on the screen. Feels thin and light. I always like how they do this with the Spectres. So a little preview here. That's your headphone adapter. It's at the back panel in that corner. And then you also have a USB Type-C right here. I think it's pretty neat. All right, let's see what we got as far as our charger block. Oh, comes with a pen. Awesome. Pen. And then here's your charger block over here. Man, packaging is very nice on this model. I like the braided cord. They do this a lot with their more premium laptops, this braided cable. It's very handsome. Everything looks well packaged and put together. Even their little branded paper here. HP definitely stepping it up with this model. Okay. So charger cord and all that. Let's see what this pen looks like. Nice pen, pretty basic look. And you also get two pen heads as well. So if one of these breaks or you wear it out, you have extras inside of the package. And let's see what we got under here, just some paperwork under here. So you have two extra pen heads, your pen, and some paperwork. Put the pen back in there so we don't lose any of that. Okay, and let's go ahead and get this thing unwrapped. All right, so we have the laptop out of the box. Very similar design to last year, except they don't have the beveled edges, like the cut edges on all the corners. And I actually like that. I thought on the front, it didn't really look as good, but I do like it along the back corner. So they still have that classic Spectre look without having it all the way around the laptop. So you have this nice rounded edge here, which feels very nice when you hold on to it. It's not catchy. It's just very smooth. Feels nice under your arm. It's a good thin and light package, as I mentioned earlier. And it has this kind of graphite gray look, but we really lose some of those gold aspects. I think we're all silver this year, at least on the model that I have. If you can tell, if you're holding it closely, obviously you're not, it's here in my studio, but it almost looks like there's a hint of the gold color, but it looks a lot more silver this year. So they definitely went less colorful. They muted that down. When they had this model come out a few years ago, it was very gold. It was almost like a strong mix between rose gold and standard yellow gold. So they've mellowed that back, but we still have some of the traditional Spectre x360 looks going on here. It looks as if the charger cord can go in. Oh no. Oh, what is this? Oh, that's a USB Type A. Okay. So as far as ports are concerned, they actually have the little flap here to open up for that USB Type A to keep the laptop nice and slim. So that's pretty neat. So then over here, we have a micro SD card reader, a USB Type C, and then another USB Type C in the corner. And on the other side, we have our USB Type A and a headphone jack here in this corner. So good connectivity for this laptop. Let's check the assembly. And this is assembled very nicely. No catchy edges. Bottom panel fits into the side panel very nicely. So good work on that. Let's just do a little tap test. Sounds good, sturdy, no hollow. And that sounds even better. I'm liking that. You have a vent here along the back panel of the chassis. And let's go ahead and do a quick open and close test. Pretty firm hinge. So it can be a one-handed open, but it's a firm hinge. I'm fine with a firm hinge personally because I'd rather have it when you open it, it's not flapping around too much. And this one does not flap, which is nice. I mean, there's a tiny bounce there, but it stops very quickly. So two-handed open if you're, kind of doing this quick. That way you have no issues. Wow, that is a very bold screen. Now, what I mean by bold is it's a great aspect ratio. So that's 16:10 aspect ratio. It's nice and tall. 16:10 aspect ratios always make these screens feel so much bigger. And so if you're going to get a small laptop, in my opinion, these days, now that they have these 16:10s, rather than the 16:9, so 16:9 is a wider screen. It's going to be a taller screen. You can fit more onto the screen, and it just feels less cramped. I always feel like when I'm on a 16:9 aspect ratio screen, I'm kind of like squeezing into the screen because there's very little screen real estate. This screen looks great, and I'm really liking these notches. It creates a really neat aesthetic when you're looking into the laptop. It creates these little arrows, and point your eye into the laptop. And then these hinges are kind of rounded. So it's not like this bar just comes straight across the screen here. They have this nice little rounded edge. I don't know if you can see that there from the top camera, but it's rounded. It's very nice. Oh, look at that. It does auto. Oh, cool. It does auto rotation. So say you want to like set your computer up like this for, I don't know, whatever reason. So you have an auto rotation. Be quiet. I don't want to talk to you right now.
For more accessibility features, press Windows plus.
Get out of here, Cortana. Nobody likes you. Hopefully she didn't hear that. The laptop's keyboard deck is very unique to other laptops. Normally laptops have this very rigid edge here along the edge of the keyboard deck. This one kind of fades off. And it's very comfortable in your hands because it eliminates that sharp edge that you would have if this edge came up at a 90-degree angle. But it doesn't. It kind of mellows off and then drops down. And it creates also a very unique aesthetic. It creates a very mellow, very new age, kind of spacey aesthetic. I do like it. The trackpad is a very nice glass trackpad. It has a manual click on the trackpad. It's large, and it actually has a slightly different color compared to the keyboard deck. I like that because you can actually see that it is a glass trackpad. So for me, visually, as a techie person, it's like, man, I can tell that that's a quality trackpad. And the size of it for a 14-inch laptop is very respectable. So I'm excited to see HP bringing out a nice large trackpad. It's secured very well to the chassis, no clickiness, that rattle that sometimes happens. And it has a nice, muted, quiet click. The keyboard, on the other hand, is a little on the clicky side. It's not like that click, click, click of a gamer keyboard, but it is noticeable as far as typing. But it's not anything loud or annoying that you would maybe disrupt your work, associate or somebody in class, a fellow student. It is a noticeable keyboard, but it's not loud and clicky. But it has a very satisfying snapback response with a medium key press. Full-size shift key, amen to that. Fingerprint reader, and then you have all of your arrow keys there on the keyboard deck. So overall, I'm really liking the look and feel of this laptop. Now, here's a quick audio sample for you of the webcam so you can check that out and see what that looks like. This is the webcam on the HP Spectre x360 and a little sample of the audio for you as well. Let's go ahead and check out the screen flex before we move on. And like I said, this is such a tall screen. It's really, really well done. Very little screen flex. There is a tiny bit, but it is nothing overwhelming. And then a tiny bit at the bottom as well, but nothing concerning here as regards to the screen flex. All right, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and flip this thing over, try and get it opened up and see if we have any sort of upgrade path with the HP Spectre x360 2-in-1. Before we do though, check it out. Flip it over, flip it closed, flip it over, flip it closed, flip it over, flip it closed. It's like a little workout video here. All right, as I pull the bottom cover off, you reveal the 66.52 watt-hour battery, as well as a full-size SSD. It's an M.2 SSD, and you can see the little chip right there. That's your processor sitting right there. You can replace this. This is a 512, and you can obviously go up to maybe, 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte if you need more storage. You're a digital artist, photographer, whatever it might be, help you get some more storage on the go. So the upgrade path is not major, though you do have access to storage. I wish you had access to RAM. More and more brands are no longer giving you access to RAM, especially in the Ultrabooks. If you want to get access to RAM, you have to look towards more of the thick gaming laptops or workstation laptops. But the fact that you do have access to your SSD is great, so you're not stuck at the storage level that you purchased the laptop with. But as far as RAM is concerned, I recommend getting 16 gigs of RAM if you are a creative professional. Give you that nice ceiling that you need to do great multitasking. If you're curious about the performance of this laptop for creative professionals, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on that video. Otherwise, links in the description if you're curious about the live pricing or if you're ready to make a purchase of this laptop, and likes that this video has brought you some value. I'll see you here in the next one.